everyone. Happy Valentine's Day. I thought I'd do a quick little video here to talk about stippling and introduce myself. I'm Jen Borror, the creator of all those dots that you've been seeing out there. I own Jen's Creative Designs here in York County. My studio combines the art of graphic design and illustration. And I'm excited to announce that I'll be offering some classes and workshops coming out throughout York County. Next month I'll be out at the Gladfelder Library in Spring Grove. Keep an eye out on my Facebook page for upcoming events and a schedule of other workshops and classes coming soon. I thought I'd show you just a quick little video introduction to stippling. Since it is Valentine's Day, I thought I'd go ahead and do a heart. So I'm using a fine point Sharpie just to do this demo. I typically use a micron pen. It's a lot smaller of a felt tip. You can get smaller dots. But for the purposes of just kind of introducing stippling, if you're new to it, it's easier to use a bigger pen like a Sharpie to kind of get used to doing the dots. So I always start with an outline and get my edges, begin to kind of give it a little shape, placing the dots randomly, just kind of starting to fill in the white space. Then I'll go back along the edges and start to darken them, placing more dots. Just placing them randomly as we go. There's no perfect rhyme or reason. Just trying to get a darker fill. So as you know, if you're sketching with a pencil, the harder you press with that pencil, the darker the shade you'll get. Stippling is a little different because you're using a pen. If you press any harder or shade harder with the pen, you're not really going to get a deeper, richer tone depending on the pressure. So stippling is one way I like to express myself with the tones and shading. So the more dots you place in an area, the more concentrated, the darker the fill is going to look. And the less dots, of course, it's going to be lighter. So to create those shaded tones that you get when you're sketching with a pencil, to mimic that with ink, just use the dots and put more dots in the white space to create that fill. I always like to start on the outside edge first and kind of work my way into the center as you're creating that dimension. And you see how I'm kind of getting like a hard line here? I want to start to feather that so it's not a definite line. So I'll start to just kind of place some more random dots to kind of tether that edge a little bit. Just kind of keep in mind, like if you're shading with a pencil, it's the same kind of concept. You want like a nice gradual flow to it. So I'll go back along, kind of deepen that edge, get it darker. Again, the more dots in a concentrated area, the darker that fill is going to appear. You're going to get that deeper tone, blacker. The idea of the shading here is you want to keep these high contrast, keep the darks dark and the lights light. As you go, you'll want to start to pay close attention to the white space in your shading, that negative space, and try to get your dots in those open areas. Because if you keep placing the dot in the exact same area, you're going to start to create little patches that the eye's going to pick up as, a darker spot. You want to keep it all kind of blended together nice and smoothly. I'll do some here on the other side. Stippling does definitely take some time. Takes a little patience, but that's the exciting part. I love seeing the piece of artwork come to life and kind of mold it and shape it as you go. The precision of it, it's really enjoyable to me. Placing some random dots here in the white space, just to kind of start to even it out a little bit. Some people refer to it as pointillism or dot work. I, however, like to just use the term stippling. Placement of little tiny dots to create an overall image. See how she's looking. See how the darker tones are kind of starting to give it dimension. So I want to go back along my edges here. Get those nice and rich. Kind of like a little sewing machine. You just go, 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 go with all these little dots. Again, I'm using a Sharpie, which is definitely not my weapon of choice. I like to use the micron pen. A 005 is my favorite, and it's really tiny. Just using this bigger marker to kind of demonstrate. You can see the dots better, and as a beginner dot worker, it makes it a little easier to get the technique down, get the shading just right. Keeping those darks nice and dark. The high contrast is key. kind of come down in here and give this a little bit of a line. Creates that depth. Again, tethering the dots as I go inward to kind of fade them so it's not a hard, stark line. As you're doing it, you want to keep in mind, kind of shape it and form it so it doesn't appear flat on the paper. You want to give it that dimension. It's ideal to keep your pen as upright as possible. You don't want to slant it too much. You want a nice, complete, round dot. If you start getting a little too crazy, you'll notice your dots are going to turn more into flecks and lines instead of nice round circles. So it's fairly easy to do. It's just putting the time into shaping it and keeping those dots round. Keeping the high contrast, your dark's dark, your light's light. And think of it like you're shading with a pencil. You want to slowly fade from the dark to light. As you come back from it, the dots all collectively group together to create that tone. Well, I hope everyone had a wonderful Valentine's Day. Stop back at Jen's Creative Designs for more how-to stipple videos.